Hey guys, so what's going on? Today we're going to be talking about the importance of counting macros. So for those that don't know what macros are, remember those are carbohydrates, fats, and protein. Each of these guys have their individual role as a macronutrient for calories, right? Because all three of them make calories, and pretty much they're very important when you apply it to stuff like bodybuilders or if you're trying to cut down and people like bodybuilders when they get super shredded for a bodybuilding show or anything of that type of sort, they count their macros and they pretty much know which one to cut out in order to get to the next stage of getting leaner and leaner and leaner. First off, obviously you have to be able to count calories first. So if you have not counted calories yet, this will be pretty much really difficult for you. So why should you count macros or calories? It's because it's just gonna make your dieting and your journey way much easier, and your body literally likes it more too. Your body is consistent to it, and then whatever you take out, your body will immediately react. Because if you don't track calories or if you don't track macros, and then how will your body ever know how to react next? It's just always, this is your body metabolism when it's not tracking anything. It's pretty much unstable. When you count your macros, right, you're able to consistently move with a metabolic rate that's consistent, and depending on what you're doing, building muscle, just maintaining, or if you're losing weight, it's gonna be a lot easier for your body. When you count your macros, you know how to lose weight now. There's a lot of people out there that lose weight but they don't know how they lost it. Like for instance, they'll be like, oh, I lost 10 pounds, and the thing about counting macros, when you do it, you earned your weight loss because you know how you did it. See, to lose weight, it's very simple. All you have to do is cut out your source of energy at that time, which is, carbohydrates. All you have to do is just simply cut down the carbohydrates. Or if you're doing the keto diet, then just cut out your source of fats. That's really it. And when you want to build muscle, now you know all you have to do is increase your protein a little bit. Increase your calories and protein, or increase your calories and protein a little bit, and a little bit of either fats or carbohydrates. So it could be in a caloric surplus. Now you know that you're gonna be building muscle. You have to. If not, then the other factor will be training. By counting macros, you know how you got there. So counting calories is cool and all. Like those people that count calories, that's freaking awesome. You're actually on the right road. But the next level is to track, what your macronutrients are. So why do I say that? It's because when you track your macros, your caloric expenditure, right, the amount of calories you burn a day, will actually be different. Let me explain. Let's say if you count your calories, but all your calories came from carbs. All it is it came from carbs. Basically what that's gonna do is that it's gonna fill up all your glycogen with carbohydrates, right? And the rest will go to fats. It will be stored to fats. Now let's say if you ate all your calories from fats, pretty much what that's gonna happen is it's just gonna go to your fat storage, right? That's pretty much kind of keto diet. Now let's say if you ate all your macros from the macro protein. What that's gonna do is that protein is gonna get converted into some carbohydrates, right? And then it's gonna be stored into your glycogen. It's a really, really sucky process for your body to do though. And the excess protein that has been turned to carbohydrate and it cannot go into the glycogen no more, it's gonna go into fats. And then the rest will be used for protein benefits. But the person eating all protein, he has a higher caloric expenditure because protein is a thermogenic food. Like, I know that word, thermogenic food. It pretty much means that you burn off some of the food that's inside your body. So when you eat protein, it takes, I think, like 10 or 15% of calories to actually burn that protein. If you ate 10 grams of protein, your body's actually absorbing like maybe 8.5 grams of protein, because it burns off calories. Protein burns off food. It takes a little bit of calories in order to intake it. That's how protein works. Carbohydrate also has that thermogenic food too, but not as much. And fats have like literally no thermogenic food at all. So that's why when you count your macros, you actually can have a faster metabolism because of the thermogenic effects of food. So when you do count macros too, and you've done it for a while, you can notice that your energy level is just a lot better. Like, wow, you're utilizing protein for its sources, you're utilizing carbs for its sources, and fats you're using it for its sources too. Like all those health benefits that fat need, you're using it just for fats, and for carbohydrates, that's your main source of energy. Now you're using it just a lot better. Your pumps at the gym's a lot better. You're able to run better. Whatever you're doing that's fitness related, you feel more energy. And protein, obviously, that's there for, you know, muscle recovery and all that good stuff, because you're counting your macros and you're doing what your body enjoys. And the reason why I say that you should count your macros is because if you're really serious on your fitness journey, then you should be doing this. There's a lot of people out there that's basing their diet off, you know, stuff like fat burners, pills, you know, vitamin pills. They take all this stuff that they buy at like a store, like, you know, the GNC. And the GNC, they're not wrong, but they're really good at selling unnecessary stuff. So stuff like, you know, branched chain amino acids, all these other vitamin stuff that is not even necessary. You will be getting the best health benefits for your body if you count your macros. When you do that, the only thing that you will need to worry about next is just basically the type of macros that you're eating. Maybe they're not nutrient-based macros, and that is when it could be simply solved by taking a simple vitamin pill, but nothing else. The only thing that I would take, you know, if you're eating a, you know, shitty macro count, like maybe you're eating like all your carbohydrates sources from, like, you know, white rice or sugar and all that. I don't care what you do, but then that also has a role about insulin too, and I'll talk about that in another video. Basically, if you're not getting your vitamins, just take a vitamin pill and bam, there you are. But you still have your macronutrient throughout the day, but you should obviously eat an equal amount of these macros throughout the day. It'll be a lot better for you too. I'll be talking about protein frequency and carbohydrate frequency and why you should do this for its reasons. Like maybe like you should divide up your protein throughout the day. I'll explain that, and I'll explain why you should divide your carbohydrate throughout the day in another video too. But for now, I just want to talk the importance on why counting macros are so important. So the very last reason for this video, why macros are very important, is because by doing so, you can determine what type of diet you're actually on. If you have not counted your macros yet, the best way to do it is eat whatever you usually eat for 3 days, but track it. Track it down, write it it down on a, you know, MyFitnessPal app or whatever you use to track food. Just freaking do it. I know it sucks, it sounds stupid, but you have to take it to the next level if you want to do macros and if you want to better your fitness journey. Who does not want to better the fitness journey? Why would you not go serious with your fitness journey? Track food, it's gonna be a lot better. So basically what I mean is that when you track your food for 3 days, right? You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably, right? And then you look at the macros that you eat. You're like, wow, I actually eat a lot of carbohydrates, a little bit of fat, and barely any protein. Okay, if I need to take it to the next level, I need to drop a little carbohydrates and I need to add some protein, right? You need to make that balance. And by doing that, you're able to fix your diet. And then some people, what I recognize is that sometimes they're eating more fats than carbs. And that's when I say, okay, they're barely using carbohydrates so for their source of energy anyways. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bounce them to keto. So I'm gonna drop their carbs completely, but I'm not gonna immediately do it. I'm gonna slowly transition them. I'm gonna cut their carbs maybe by half for a week and half by another week. And I'm gonna transition to keto. And next thing you know, they say they feel better because they've, you know, their diet was based on low carbohydrates in the first place. So I dropped their carbs completely by the second week and just bump up their fats. Next thing you feel good. See, by doing that, you can determine which type of diet they're best for. Maybe they eat high carbohydrates. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make you eat a higher carbohydrate diet because your source of fuel is carbohydrates, a lot of carbs. And so, you know what? I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna put you on this diet. That's why counting macros are very important. Thank you guys for watching to the end of this video. If you guys have any more topics or anything at all you guys want me to discuss about, just let me know. And why should you believe me? Because I am aesthetic. I check. And if you don't believe me, you're never gonna count macros.